Oh my goodness. Well, I know it is not officially winter, but for me, it's starting to really feel like it. And I just feel like we need to be proactive. So during this lunch and learn, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite products. People have asked me over and over again, what are products that I really like? And I don't like to do just only products, but this is one where I thought, let me just tell you kind of what's in my wellness cabinet. I don't call it a medicine cabinet anymore. It's like a wellness cabinet. So today, when you join me, I'm going to just share some of the oils and supplements and power drinks that have been my favorite through the winter time, especially during the holiday season. And I've got just a few little tips and tricks in this short time that I think will help you get the best bang for your money and also boost your health this season. So I want to welcome you to today's Wellness Wednesday Lunch and Learn tips that I have on filling your wellness box. And I am Dr. Nozella, Doctor of Education, and super passionate about empowering people to achieve the quality of life that I believe they deserve. Professionally, I'm a director emeritus of a university urban extension program where I manage 2 federal nutrition programs for underserved audiences. I taught for over 15 years in the schools and in the community, helping people to learn how to be advocates for their health. I'm a professor, a writer, a speaker, a researcher, and a consultant. And like many of you, I struggle to live that balanced life, even now in my retirement. But I've learned that I just have to be really intentional and even protective of taking care of myself. And I have to invest in myself because I believe the body is a temple of God, and I believe in being really proactive. Being honest with you, though, when it comes to this holiday season, I have really conflicting feelings about it, okay? On the one hand, I have all these memories of childhood and my family and shopping and getting gifts and giving gifts and visiting people and just holiday programs and caroling and all that. And then on the other hand, there's some really sad moments. There's some grieving, some people that won't be with us this holiday. It's a lot of stress, I remember. I remember having to make a lot of gifts, return gifts, the endless cooking, the complaints, just all the stuff that kind of goes on. And to be honest with you, I used to get sick every holiday season. Between Christmas and New Year's, I would have something that would keep me in bed for a couple of days. But over the years, I've kind of learned to take control of my health and to put my welfare first during this time. And there are some things that have been very, very helpful that I have been doing. And many of you have asked about that. So I'm going to share a few of those things with you today. As I mentioned, I don't have a medicine cabinet anymore. I have what I call a wellness cabinet. And I'm going to just share some of those things with you that are in my wellness cabinet. But first, before we get started, I do want to clarify and just stress that what I'm sharing with you today is not intended to replace the advice of your healthcare provider or to diagnose, to treat, to prevent, or to cure any disease. This is intended always for educational purposes. I'm an educator. I'm super passionate about empowering people to have all the resources, all the information that they need to be an advocate for their own health. So please seek a healthcare provider that's knowledgeable in your area of concern for really specifics. Secondly, I'm going to be talking to you about how essential oils have been really, really helpful for me over almost the last 20 years. And when I was first introduced to these oils, then few people really knew about Young Living. They didn't know much about essential oils. And Young Living is really the legacy company because of the farming and the distilling that they do of these oils. And today, that's not really the case because there's a lot of companies that have popped up and they're selling all kinds of oils. You can get them all over the place, but there is a concern about the quality and what's out there. And I learned the hard way because I was trying to save money and be cheaper. And I go out, to department stores and Walmart and all these places trying to get something cheaper. But it is so important for you to know what goes into the products that you're going to be using on a regular basis, that you're putting on your body, that you're putting in your body. I just have to stress all oils are not the same and you'll not get the same results. As I mentioned, I was trying to save money and I really wasted some money. And in many cases, I hurt myself because I didn't realize how important this is, what I'm sharing with you. So we're talking about supporting your overall health. We're not just talking about fragrances and scents, okay? And you've got to use quality premium oils. You don't want any synthetics in your oils. You don't want them to be adulterated in any way. You don't want any inferior products. It's just not worth it for your health. So one of the reasons that I stick with Young Living is because they monitor the process in their plant-based products, from the seed when it's planted, the quality of the ground, all the way to when it's shipped to your home. I mean, things like they use plant material that's grown on corporately owned farms. They have their own farms. These are carefully vetted farms that they have when they have to do a partner farm, and you can always visit it. Okay, they use very sustainable farming and sourcing practices. They provide the purest oil. They take really great care to preserve and protect our natural resources, even as they're doing their farming, and they hand weed their fields. There's zero use of pesticides, and the oils retain all the natural constituents and therapeutic properties. One of the reasons is because they use food grade distillers with a real state-of-the-art design in their distillation methods. And because they use a low pressure and a low temperature distillation, and they don't use solvents and they don't use synthetics, they can get the highest number of constituents in a particular oil. And then they use a real rigorous testing on each batch for internal lab by their internal labs, and also they use third-party testing. And I think their oils are, what I've discovered is their oils are carefully reviewed through every step of the production so that they can meet their stringent standards. And if at any point they don't meet up to that standard, they discard the oils. And I really appreciate that. If they're offered an oil from a farm and it doesn't meet their standards, they don't buy them. And it may mean that we're out of something, but I'd rather have that than have something that's inferior. So just keep that in mind. I also want you to remember, before we delve into some of my most popular oils and oil-infused products, how you can use these. And this is so very exciting because they're so versatile, but you don't have to know aromatherapy, okay? You don't have to have the kind of training to use essential oils. You can use them topically. You just can apply them to your wrists, to your neck, your back, to your feet. Oftentimes, just make sure you don't put them in your ears and in your eyes. And keep in mind, some are more gentle than others. So you may need to use a carrier oil with it, like a coconut oil, a grapeseed oil, sweet almond, something like that. And for kids and elderly people, I really recommend that you kind of dilute them first, but don't make it complicated, okay? So you can also use them aromatically. I mean, just open a bottle, breathe it in. It goes into the olfactory system, does amazing work in your nervous system. It's just that simple. Or you could put a drop on your palm, rub. You see me do that, your hands together. We do the scent tent, breathe deeply. Oh, you're going to get so many benefits from doing that. And of course, you can always diffuse them, okay? And then what's exciting about Young Living is you can use the vitality oils internally, okay? You can put a vitality oil into a vegetable capsule. You can put it into a cup of tea, a glass of water. You can even cook with them or bake with them. I like to put just a drop of lemon in my yogurt. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. You can put like oregano in spaghetti sauce and things like that. Peppermint is awesome when it's put in like a brownies. There's just so much you can do. And keep in mind that the difference between a vitality oil, which has a white label, and the regular oils that have a solid label is the white label lets you know that it can be used internally, but the oil inside those two bottles are exactly the same. So if you have a lemon that has a vitality label and a lemon that has a solid label, the oil inside is going to be the same, but it's just easy for you to be able to identify which oils you can use internally. And I think that is amazing the way they've been able to do that. So let's get started. The first thing that I think everybody needs to have, and I keep this with me, is my lemon, okay? Because it's kind of a bright, happy, crisp oil when you diffuse it. It's great for cleaning, and it's really kind of a gentle daily liver detox, okay? It's really inexpensive. It's super versatile, and it comes in vitality. Remember, it has that white label, so that'll let you know that it can be used internally. But I have to tell you, I use it in the kitchen, the bathroom, I have it in the bedroom. One of the things about lemon is it has limonene in it, okay? It's a constituent that is well known for its amazing health benefits. I encourage you to study that a little bit more because lemon is really not just for this season, it can be considered a staple for year round. It just will lift your spirits and it will support your immune system all year round. Let me just give you a few ways you can use it. Add like 20 drops of lemon to a wellness roller. And I like to take just an empty bottle, empty essential oil bottle, and put a roller filament on it, like I did with this bottle here, and just add like 20 drops of lemon in there. And then you can, if you want to, add a carrier oil in it, and then you can just roll it out. You can carry it with you and just roll it on. It also is great as kind of a chest rub. And if you want a little more oomph to it, add some RC. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Respiratory comfort, that particular. Of course, lemon is always wonderful when you diffuse it. It's just so bright, it's so crisp. But another thing for detoxing, add like 5 drops to a cup of Epsom salt, and then put that in your bath. Now, keep in mind, you always want to make sure that you put the essential oils in the Epsom salts first. Get in your bathtub and then add in the Epsom salts that has the oils in it, and you'll get the maximum amount of benefit. Another wonderful way for using lemon is for cleaning, okay? Add like 25 drops to your Thieves household cleaner, or add a few drops to your wool dryer balls in your laundry. Of course, you don't have any toxins in there, but you have this wonderful, fresh aroma. It's an easy way to be really proactive by providing your body with a lot of extra love. And also remember, you're reducing the environmental toxins. And that also will reduce your risk for your ill health. And it just keeps you above the wellness line. So lemon is just one, use it, keep it on hand. Now, another one during this particular time I love is pine, okay? It's that wonderful scent. It brings back so many comforting memories of the holiday season, my dad going out and getting a tree. It's an emotional type oil that makes you feel like you're right here in the present. You feel so grounded, but it's also an immune powerhouse as well. And it's always like a breath of fresh air that just opens up the airways. It makes breathing so much easier, okay? Now, I understand that folklore talks about how people use the pine needle tea and as a great health benefit in the winter. So using it as an essential oil is one to really have stocked up. And it has some of the properties of eucalyptus globulus, okay, because the action of both of those oils is enhanced when they're blended together. It also pairs really well with your peppermint, your lavender, or any of your other eucalyptus oils. So you can just diffuse it or apply it topically and just do that scent tint and some deep breaths with it. And it just opens everything up. It's wonderful to use during your prayer and your meditation time. And perhaps you've thought about add like 20 drops of pine to your wellness roller. Remember, we talked about making that wellness roller with Thieves. You could put orange in there, put a little of your lemon in there. Any of the citrus oils have that limonene in it, and you'll have just a wellness roller that you can carry around with you. And again, you can use 5 drops of the pine in like your Epsom salts, so cover your Epsom salts and do a detox bath that way as well. Remember to put it in the Epsom salts first. Get in the tub and then pour in your Epsom salts with your pine oil in it. But you want to get this oil around your body as much as possible. And another thing that you can do is when you're doing your cleaning, add 15 drops of the pine to your Thieves household cleaner when you're making it up. It also works really well as for linen sprays. So it's amazing the things that it does for your body, and it just smells wonderful. And it's great for this time of the year. Now, I talk about my third one, which I mentioned before, and that's RC, okay? It is a winter must. The R stands for respiratory and the C stands for comfort. So respiratory comfort. It's named that for a good reason, because it's just a soothing blend of eucalyptus oils. It's so great for our airways. This proprietary blend also features peppermint in it, and that has menthol. So it's like cooling sensation when you apply it to the skin. And the soothing aroma is a favorite during these cold winter months. But I still like to have it year round with me. It's just so wonderful for that. And you can use like 10 drops of RC and put it like in 2 tablespoons of an oil, like coconut oil, and you have a simple chest rub. You don't want to use like Vaseline because you don't want to use the petroleum. You don't want anything toxic like that on your skin. But using it on carrier oil, like coconut oil, and making just a simple chest rub. Of course, you can diffuse it like 8 to 20 drops. You really want that relaxing aroma. You want to open up the airways, diffuse it that way. It diffuses awesome when you put it with your lemon, or put it with your lavender, or even with your thieves. It's great when you diffuse it that way. Another thing I really love to do, especially when I really want to open those airways, is apply a couple of drops to the bottom of my feet, and 2 or 3 to the bottom of my feet. And just, that's how I was first actually introduced to essential oils. Someone did that for me, and I was like, I cannot believe what this does. And then, of course, you can also add it to your Epsom salts. Add like 5 drops to your Epsom salts and do another soak. And if you don't want to do a soak in the bathtub, you can always do it as a foot soak. And another thing is just dropping a few drops of the oil on the shower floor when you're taking a shower. It's going to really open up your airways. I love using it that way. Now, I do want to talk to you about one of my all-time favorites, okay? When we talk about supplements and what to use during this time, of course, we're going to talk, we need our C's, we need our B's, we need our D's. But today, I really want to point to 3 of my favorites that I consider unsung heroes. And I'm going to start with Inner Defense. This is the oldest one that I have used, and I would not be without it, because this is a liquid soft gel. It dissolves really easy, but it reinforces your body's systems of defense, and it creates this unfriendly terrain for yeast and fungus. It really promotes a healthy respiratory function, and it contains potent essential oils like oregano, has thyme in it, and thieves, which are all rich in thymoid, caravoicol, and euconol for the immune system. And I just have to say, in short, these powerhouse capsules provide a defense for your body that's unbelievable, okay? And what's exciting is because you have all of this in this capsule, they're working synergistically, okay? I like to just take 1 soft gel a day for maintenance, okay? But it's usually helpful to take it with food, especially a healthy fat. And it's best to remember, if you're taking Life 9, your probiotics, to allow like 8 hours between taking those 2. Now, I'll tell you though, you can take 1 soft gel 3 to 5 times daily when you've got more acute needs going on, okay? And if you have like a younger child, or you have a more fragile adult, a senior, you might use a needle and punch a hole in the gel cap, and then actually put the gel along their spine or their feet. It's another way to get the benefit of this amazing, amazing supplement. Now, I have to talk about the second, which is sulfurzyme. And so much research is coming out on this, because it combines wolfberry with MSM, a naturally occurring organic form of dietary sulfur needed by our bodies every day to maintain the structure of proteins, to protect your cells and your cell membranes, to replenish the connections between your cells, and to preserve the molecular framework of your connective tissue. This supplement not only supports digestion, but it also promotes healthy hair, skin, nails, joints, and your immunity. Some would say if you only have 1 supplement, you want to start here, okay? Because sulfur is responsible for your vital amino acids in your body that support your healthy cells, your skin, your hormones, and your enzymes. Sulfur is naturally found in all plant and animal cells. And sulfur amino acids help our body produce glutathione. You probably heard a little bit about that because glutathione increases your energy. It improves your mental clarity and your focus. It helps support the proper immune system, and it improves the quality of your sleep. It supports your athletic recovery. It slows down the aging process. It detoxifies the cells and the liver. It increases the keratin production of your skin, your hair, your nail. It's just so much that they're finding out about this amazing supplement. Now, many people do claim that they have a sulfur allergy, and this is not always correct. Okay, so I want to do some clarity here. You cannot be allergic to sulfur, as that would be like saying that you're allergic to water. Okay, sulfur is commonly mixed up with sulfa, and also doctors may refer to sulfur allergies, but they mean specifically the pharmaceutical called sulfonamide. Okay. And in an article by William Smith and Constance Cardalaris in the Australian Prescriber, they said sulfur allergy label is often misleading. Okay, and they state many patients believe that they're having sulfur allergies. Okay, and that they're at risk of adverse reactions to allergies, but really their adverse reactions are to sulfites, sulfates, and even elemental sulfur. Okay, and you want to be careful because that's a little different than what we're talking about here, the naturally occurring sulfur that we're talking about here that the body makes itself. Okay, the sulfurzyme powder contains a natural organic form of dietary sulfur. The wolfberries in sulfurzyme have a dual action that help allow the MSM to be more bioavailable by allowing it to be more readily assimilated and metabolized by the body. And that's so important when you're taking a supplement, that your body is using what you're taking. Wolfberries are also an excellent source of prebiotics, and both the powder, because this comes in a powder and capsules, contain prebiotics, but the powder contains more of the FOS prebiotic in there, if that's a concern for you. And what you do, you start with taking 2 capsules twice a day as needed, before after meals, and you may find that depending on what your needs are, you may need to increase that. And you start out with the powder, taking just a half of a teaspoon. I like to put it in my Ningxia Red, but it works in water. And again, take it 1 or 2 hours before any meals. It's amazing. I would not be without it. And then I do want to talk to you, because I know you've probably been hearing about turmeric. And I think we have a lot of joint discomfort and things like that during this season a little bit more, which is why the sulfurzyme and the golden turmeric have been so popular and helpful, at least for me to have it. But the golden turmeric is this delicious mango rose turmeric drink, and it supports the body's natural response to inflammation, immune response, joint health, mobility, and recovery after exercise. So Young Living's golden turmeric is infused also with essential oils and boswellian resin, okay, that frankincense, making it 24 times more bioavailable than the standard turmeric extract that people are using. It also contains some prebiotics, okay, that are going to help with your healthy digestion as well as the gut-brain axis. And turmeric contains naturally occurring actives such as curcuminoids that help support your joint mobility. I love it year round, okay? But it really is important during this season when sometimes the temperature makes it difficult for us to have really easy mobility. Again, this is one you just are going to put like a half a teaspoon in 6 to 8 ounces of water, juice, or milk. If you do it at nighttime, it kind of helps you wind down and get your routine together to get ready for your restful evening. But you can also, it's one of those things you can put in water with ice, put like a drop of cardamom in there. Vitality, we have that cardamom Vitality essential oils. Use a couple of ounces of Ningxia Red. It's really a delicious wellness drink as well. It's just really a great way. And it's fun you can make a tea by actually warming it up and putting a half teaspoon of the turmeric in for a nice nighttime drink as well. So I love doing it at that time, but there's all kinds of ways that you can do it. It's so easy to use. And then lastly, I couldn't stop without talking about my favorite drink powerhouse, okay? Ningxia Red, because it's such a powerful antioxidant supplement drink made with that wolfberry puree and the blueberry, the plum, the cherry, the aronia, and the pomegranate juice, grapefruit seed extract. And then it has essential oils of yuzu, tangerine, lemon, orange essential oils. Remember those citruses. Has just a tad bit of stevia and the pure vanilla extract flavor. So it has this really great flavor, and it has some super amazing health benefits. You've heard me talk about it so many times because it supports your energy levels, it supports your immune and your hormone health. And it's just the highest known protection against those dangerous superoxide free radicals, okay, because of the antioxidant power. It's a daily must. I mean, I can't stress enough. Think about the antioxidant power. Just 1 ounce has the same antioxidant power of 4 pounds of carrots, 2 quarts of carrot juice, 8 oranges, 1 pint of orange juice, 2 pounds of beets. One ounce of the antioxidant power of Ningxia. And I recommend you drink at least 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia a day. Put it in your smoothie, put it in your shake, and hey, add a drop of lemon, your frankincense, and your Ningxia. You know, you've just boosted up your immune support just like crazy. It's wonderful. So let's just talk about today. I mean, in summary, I've just shared some of my favorite oils for your wellness box, not your medicine cabinet, okay? Think about your lemon. Think about, make sure you've got that pine, the power of pine, and the power of RC, respiratory comfort, okay? Because there's amazing support for the immune system, for the respiratory system, and for our overall health. And then those 3 powerhouse supplements, the Inner Defense, I mean, that gel capsule, the sulfurzyme, the powder or the capsule, and the golden turmeric is going to support overall wellness. And then finally, my all-time favorite, the Ningxia Red drink, okay? Where else can you find a powerhouse of nutrients, antioxidants, okay, in just one place? You'd be taking care of yourself and you'd be more prepared to go into this season. I just want to tell you, it's so easy to pack your wellness box, and it's so cost effective for you to do that. You can just use my QR code right here. It'll take you to some of the products that we've just talked about today, or you can go to naturallynozella.com, hit shop, and look for everything that you want to. And if you really want more for your buck, I have to share with you, if you're ready to really start ditching toxins and you really are ready to be proactive about your health, then you really want to get one of our starter bundles. It's more than 50% off the retail. It's the best bargain that you can get. And immediately you will unlock the 24% discount. And you can do that either by ordering one of the bundles or anything at 100 PV on your first order, or if you join the amazing loyalty rewards program and you order any item on a monthly basis, you're going to unlock the 24% discount. You're going to get some freebies. You're going to get even more percent off. You initially start getting additional 10% off, works all the way up to 24% off. And so it's just amazing what that program does for you, besides having everything you need for your wellness in your home delivered to your door. Now, let me tell you, if you know someone that's invited you today, go to youngliving.com, hit shop, and be sure to use their referral number. Okay, they blessed you. Please bless them. But I would, if you don't, then use this QR code here. I would love to help you. And also, I'd like to let you know I have another service. I provide a wellness assessment, a scan. It's a $50 value. It's only for our holiday special. We're going to be offering a very short time for free for those that are on the loyalty rewards program, and only for $10 for those that are just getting started. So I really encourage you to go to my website, naturallynozella.com, and hit Scan Me Now and get your wellness consult, so you really can look at what's going on and you can set your goals for the new year that's coming up, the holiday season and the new year, for your health goals there. I do want to thank you so much again for spending this time for me. It's my prayer that you may prosper and be in good health during this season and during the next year. I pray that I've shared some things today that will help you get closer to achieving your wellness goals. So please let me know what actions that you will be taking after today's lesson, and have a magnificent, wonderful Wellness Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye there.